Okay, I thought I'd do a video today on budget motorcycling, and this is my budget motorcycle. It is a 1996 Yamaha Diversion, and it costs £600. Now, for that £600, it came with a Givi top box, stainless steel exhaust, pair of Michelin tyres with loads of tread on them, and a year's MOT, as well as lots of battle damage, as can be seen by things like the exhaust silencer on this side. The other side's just as bad, and various scrapes and cracks on panels. I don't quite know how visible they're going to be on camera. When buying a budget motorcycle, the main things to look for, or the main things you want to be concerned about, are the more expensive consumables. Once you've established the bike's straight, legal and runs well, never believe anyone that says the carbs just need balancing. You really need to be looking at things like the tyres, because a £600 bike soon turns into an £800 to £900 bike if you've got to put a pair of tyres on it. Things like brake discs. This bike, for example, brake discs are quite cheap comparative to modern stuff. Only has a single disc on the front and it's a solid rotor, but if you're looking at things with twin floating discs, a good aftermarket pair of discs is going to cost you maybe £300. This one has good brake discs on it, but I think a good aftermarket disc for this would maybe be £80. And chain of sprockets, you can soon lose £100 to £150 buying a pair of chain of sprockets. Most things like the exhaust. One of the reasons I actually bought this bike was because it already has, although slightly tatty, a full stainless steel exhaust fitted. Also, while looking for a budget motorcycle, it's very important to take into account the availability of spares. When I saw this one for sale, one of the first things I did was go on eBay, type in the model and just see what spares were available, and there were pages and pages of second-hand spares for these, all relatively cheap. There were cheaper examples of these for sale, but they all needed work. This one was on the road, and for a little bit more money you could get something very similar that had slightly less battle damage on it. Yeah, really should have scripted this, shouldn't I? Because I can't remember what I wanted to say next. Yeah. The Givi top box and rack also came with the bike, so I dare say there's the best part of £200 there. And since owning it, which I think I bought it about 10 months ago maybe, I've not used it that much. I've done about 3,500 miles on it, and I think the single most expensive thing I've had to do to the bike is change the oil and filter. I have had the odd niggly issue with it, but it's all been really minor stuff, inexpensive to sort out, and it's always got me home. Being the bike it is, everything is simple to repair. It's an air-cooled carbureted engine. It does have a fuel pump on it, but it's just a low pressure pump, and the old one did pack up on it about a month ago. I bought a new Chinese pump for £23. We'll see how long it lasts. It pumps, it's a bit noisy, but it seems to do the job. This is a very simple motorcycle, and it's easy to work on. Most people with a set of sockets and a Haynes manual would be able to work their way through one of these. They're air cooled, they're carbureted, There's no fancy electronics on them. There's no adjustable suspension. It's an engine, 2 wheels and a pair of handlebars. It's never going to do anything exciting, but it's always going to get you there. And on the off chance that it doesn't, you should be able to fix it. One of the best things about buying a cheap motorcycle that's already been damaged and scratched and scraped is someone else has already done all the crying over it. So when you do pick up the inevitable mark or stone chip or catch it on the garden gate or something, you might be annoyed, but it's not going to make you cry like it would if you had a nice shiny expensive motorcycle. And motorcycles are what you make of them. Initially I hated this thing when I bought it. I only bought it because I was skint and I needed transport there and then, and this is what was available. But the longer I've owned it and the more miles I've done on it, the more I've grown to like it. It always starts, it always gets you there. Pretty good on fuel. If I'm giving it a hard time, I get about 50 to the gallon, maybe 55 if I'm just cruising along on the motorway. Handling is awful, mainly down to budget suspension. That's the best part of 30 years old. At some point we might do something about that. And as regards stopping power, with its mighty 2-piston front brake caliper and single disc, if you pull the lever hard enough and you wait long enough, it will bring you to a halt. At some point we'll go through the bike, we'll give it a good service, just see what's involved, and hopefully go on a budget tour on the budget motorcycle. I am sodding useless at this. So there it is, the budget motorcycle. Thank you for watching. What do you think, Lusty Unicorn? No. Didn't think you'd have much to say on the matter. This is crap, it's going to take some editing.